In the year 793, a terrifying event shocked Europe. A group of Viking warriors crossed the North Sea and attacked the monastery of Lindisfarne in England. The monks were completely unprepared. The raiders arrived suddenly, stealing gold, silver, and valuable religious treasures. Many people believed the attack was a punishment from God because no one had seen anything like it before. This raid became one of the most famous moments in history and marked the beginning of the Viking Age. Europe would never be the same again. The Vikings were not just warriors. They were incredible sailors. Their famous longships were fast, flexible, and could travel through oceans and shallow rivers. Because of this technology, Vikings reached places that seemed impossible. They sailed across rough seas, explored unknown territories, and established trade routes throughout Europe. Their ships gave them a major advantage over their enemies. The sea became their highway to conquest and discovery. By the 9th century, Viking influence was spreading rapidly. They raided and settled across England, Ireland, Scotland, and parts of France. Some Viking leaders became rulers of entire regions. Instead of simply attacking, many Vikings stayed and built communities. Their culture mixed with local traditions, creating new societies. What began as raids was slowly turning into an empire of influence. The Viking world was growing larger every year. In 845, a massive Viking fleet sailed toward Paris. Led by the legendary Ragnar, according to historical traditions, hundreds of ships moved up the Seine River. The defenders fought hard, but the Vikings overwhelmed many positions. The ruler of the Franks eventually agreed to pay a huge amount of silver to make the attackers leave. The event demonstrated Viking power to all of Europe. Paris survived, but the fear of Viking invasions became even greater. As samurai influence increased, military leaders known as shoguns gained control of Japan. Although emperors remained important symbols, real power often belonged to the shoguns. For centuries, samurai served these military governments. Japan entered a period dominated by warrior rule. Political struggles, alliances, and battles between rival clans shaped the nation's future. The samurai were no longer just soldiers, they had become the foundation of Japanese society. By the 11th century, the Viking Age was coming to an end. Many Viking kingdoms have converted to Christianity. European nations became stronger and better organized. Large-scale Viking raids became more difficult and less profitable. In 1066, after the defeat of Norwegian King Harald Hardrada at the Battle of Stamford Bridge, historians often mark the end of the Viking Age. The era of legendary Viking expansion had finally closed. The Vikings were far more than raiders. They were explorers, traders, shipbuilders, and pioneers who changed the course of history. Their influence can still be seen today in language, culture, and archaeology across Europe and beyond. But their greatest legacy may be their fearless drive to explore the unknown.